Hi everybody, Happy New Year. This is the start of 2016, and since it's the start of the year, we'll start with the very beginning of the form. So it's in my Cheng Tai-Chi 37 form, beginning pose. And the way you start is you start by putting your heels together, feet out 45 degrees. So heels together, feet pointing out 45 degrees, hands naturally on the side, body straight. Don't lock your knees. And just stand very relaxed. First thing you're going to do is you're going to shift your weight over to the right, and you're going to sit. And sit down through your hips. Bend your knees a little bit. Our weight is still on the right. Then we're going to lift, bring our foot, heels of our left foot off the ground. We're going to lift and take a little step to the left. Now when you place your foot over to the left, you want to make sure you're placing it at the shoulder width. So hinge side shoulder width. And we're going to, this time, instead of about 45 degrees, we're going to make sure we plant our foot so our toes are pointing straight in a direction in front of us. From here, we shift over, bring our weight over to the left, again, making sure you sit at the hips. And we're going to turn our body a little bit. We're going to mainly turn our lower half instead of the upper body. We're going to turn. As we turn our lower half, that's going to bring our right toes over. And so you're going to bring your right toes and your foot over straight, so it's pointing straight in front of in the forward direction. From here, shift back into center weight and then turn our body straight forward. So when we first start our preparation into the beginning pose, our weight is going to be centered on both feet. Normally that doesn't happen, but there are rare occasions that it does. So do that again. Heels together, feet pointing out 45 degrees. Shift our weight over to the right, bend our knees, take a little step, bring our foot out to shoulder width, shift, turn our body, bring our toes, right toes pointing forward, shift back to the middle. And now we're prepared to do the beginning form. The beginning form is, there's a few little key points that we'll kind of go over and make sure everybody kind of is on the same page. So with feet shoulder width apart, hands relaxed, palms kind of facing backwards. Now to start the form, we're going to lift a little bit with our body. So as we lift our body, that starts the motion with our hands coming up. Okay. So as we lift our body backwards and up, we're going to bring our hands up to about shoulder height. Now at this point, you want to make sure that you don't lock your shoulders and lock your elbows, and don't keep your arms really stiff. You want to keep your elbows bent. Okay, so lift our body, bring our shoulders up, bring our hands up to about shoulder height. Now over here, we're going to drop our elbows. You drop our elbows, that's going to bring our hands back. And as we bring our hands back, our palms are going to be facing out, fingers and wrists relax, and then from there, bring our hands down, and relax our wrist to the side. Okay. So, from the side view, start with the body. We're going to lift our body a little bit. There's that tiny little rocking motion that brings our hands up. And as you can tell here, hands about shoulder height, my elbows are a little bit bent. Okay? And so from here, in order to bring the arms and hands back to the shoulder, you're not going to start with the wrist. Don't start here. Don't pull your wrist back and you end up cramping up on the elbows over and then bringing the elbows back to the side. You really want to start and keep the elbows in front of your body. Leave a little bit of fist space, about this size space in front between your elbows and your body. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your elbows here, and you're just going to drop them down. Drop them straight down to the ground. As you drop them straight down to the ground, around, then the hand and wrist comes back. So, up, drop your elbows, and then drop your hands. And relax your wrist. As we come down, bring your hands down, there's going to be a little bit of an extension in the wrist. So there's a little bit of extension in the wrist that comes down, and then you're going to relax the hands. You straighten out the hands at the very end, but not too much. Don't really extend your wrist, so you're kind of making this all stiff and tight. Okay, so just a little bit down, and then relax to the side. Okay. So one more time. Okay, so one more time from the very beginning. Heels together, feet pointing out 45 degrees.